All right, y'all, welcome to the 2024 Dodge Hornet. Now, this is the GT Plus model. I covered the 2023 when it first came out. It was new for 2023, and it is a fun little crossover. We're gonna take a full detailed look. So starting out right up front, what do you think of this front end? It's kind of modeled after the Alfa Romeo Tonale. It definitely looks like that. You've got these little vents up on the hood. We've got LED turn signals, LED headlights right here. It's actually full LED as standard equipment. What do you think? Now, this paint color is called Acapulco Gold. I've had a lot of different people comment on this paint that they either love it or they hate it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. It kind of matches the whole Hornet name. And we've got 20-inch wheels with these Michelin Pilot Sport tires. They look pretty sporty overall with these dark wheels. You got the red brake caliper on there. Definitely adds to the sporty look of this vehicle. You've got the turn signal in that glossy black mirror as well. And dimensionally, it's 178 inches long, so it's slightly shorter than some other compact vehicles, but you still get about 8 inches of ground clearance, and you can get different adaptive suspensions available on the Dodge Hornet as well. Coming to the back, you get LED taillights. You actually have this LED bar that runs across, LED turn signal here as well. What do you think of the overall design of the Hornet? Now, coming to the cargo area, this is the GT Plus model, and it has the hands-free power liftgate. So just swipe your foot under the bumper, and then you can have that as an option. So there's not a whole lot of width back here. That's something that you need to see right there. But overall space is 27 cubic feet behind this area. You've got a light on both sides, which is great. You've got a 12-volt power outlet. There's even a spot to sling a little bag. There's no big like grocery bag hooks or anything, but at least you have that as an option. You can open this up from the inside and push that forward, and then you've got a center pass through. You also get this little cargo cover, which is easily removed. You can fold the seats down from the back seat. And then you've got a semi-flat load floor. It's not bad overall, but if you take out this cargo cover, you can definitely fit more. I was able to take the front tire off and throw a bike back here. You've got almost 55 cubic feet total, which is still below average. So underneath of here, check out how disappointing this is. Look at all this space back here, but a spare tire is optional equipment. This is all you get. You got a lot of room under here, so you could certainly put one, but it should come with a spare as standard, but it's optional. Cool thing is, you can lower this cargo floor down, so you have a two-tiered floor, which makes it taller, but not flush with the back seat, or makes it, you know, accommodate taller items, but it's not flush with the back seat. So climbing into the front seats, there's kind of an array of different seats. So typically the GT is going to be manual with cloth and leatherette seats, but we have the optional Alcantara seats with red accents, so they're not vented. The Plus model can give you ventilated seats. These have some little perforations in them, but they're also heated. They just look really cool. You've got the Dodge emblem on here, this stitching on there as well, the red backing inside of this. The bolstering is also quite big, so it feels really sporty when you get in and sit down in these seats. We've got manual tilt and telescoping here as well. And over on the door, you're gonna have 3 position memory settings for the driver. The steering wheel is also heated, so something to keep in mind. And it's got a pretty good range of motion. I've had no trouble getting comfortable in here. And it's just a comfortable wheel to hold on to. You even have these little sport grips, kind of this like different texture on there as well. Just, it's pretty nice overall. So this is my second time with the Dodge Hornet, and I'm comfortable. I've been able to put a good amount of miles on here. It does have adjustable lumbar support. It even has 4-way adjustment for the lumbar support, the height and the tilt and all of that. So you can generally get pretty comfortable in here, and these bolsters are pretty darn big. Now, climbing into the back seat, it's definitely not a strong suit, and one thing that I kind of complained about is just how much this wing sticks out. I mean, when you open the door, where the door handle is, this is significantly closer, so you could clock yourself in the face. But these seats are also pretty cool back here. Check it out. You've got this two-tone material, which looks nice overall, but it's a little bit tight back here. So I'm 5'9". This is where I sit. I certainly have enough room. It's good enough for me, but maybe not great for car seats and a family. But you've got a soft armrest, a little bottle holder right there, and some amenities that include air conditioning vents for each side that you can open or close, two USB charging ports down there as well. That seat is moved up quite a bit, so you can see that there's available space if you have that front seat up. And there's still a center folding armrest, which is nice and soft, even a spot to maybe stash a phone, and some really small skinny cup holders. And headroom sitting right here, there's actually a cutout, so with the hat sitting up tall, headroom is good. Now let's take a quick look at the interior. This is going to be a little bit more brief because I've already covered this and it's very much the same, but let's go ahead and start it up. Push button start right there. You've got two large screens in front of you. I like some things about it, and there's some things that I don't like quite as much either. Memory settings here, soft material above and below, a nice, actually like really soft armrest there. The stitching on here is a nice touch, and a decent sized bottle holder over there. Let's see here if this big thing fits. Not quite. One thing that actually annoys me with the windows is I like to roll the front one down and then roll the back one down just a little, but it's one touch without a click. So I mean, if you want to roll it down a little bit, you literally have to stop it in its track partway through. Just a small complaint. One thing that I like that matches the attitude of this vehicle is the fact that we have a sport button right there on the steering wheel. It's nice next to all of your other driver assist features, your lane centering, cruise control, adaptive cruise control. Over here you've got a volume knob, you've got the like a seeking button basically right there, and this changes what you see on there. So you can push that button and then change the information that you see on the inside of the display. It's not quite as customizable as some screens, but there's a good amount of information you can switch through in this section. And regardless, there's a lot, like it's a large display, that's for sure. On the end of the right stock, check this out. That can give you a different view on here too. So depending on how you want this laid out, you can push those buttons, but not quite as much as what you would normally see. Now moving over, we've got another large display over here. It's tucked up nice and high. Go to the home page, you've got different menus that you can see on here. You can add pages on here as well. Customizing vehicle settings is very detailed and in depth. You've got all these options over here on the side. I mean, let's go to doors and locks. So I mean, you can have the horn sound when you lock it. You can determine how high the lift gate goes, all of that. I mean, there's just a bunch of different customization on here. You've got wireless, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. That is great to see. Navigation, your comfort settings are also on here as well. So you can control those on here, but you also have some physical controls down there. I love that. We've got dual zone climate control down here. All of these tabs are nice, so I love being able to see that. Your temperature actually shows up on the screen, and that's where you can control like your heated seat, heated steering wheel, and sync up your left and right if you want to. This has a Harman Kardon audio system. Nothing great, but at least you have kind of an upgraded audio system overall. Another weird thing is that in order to see like your trip computer and stuff, that is actually on the screen. So I don't love having to go into the computer to do that, but this is what I've been getting over 173 miles of mixed driving. They even have a performance menu right here, so you can check on your turbo and see how much torque you're getting put out. Accessory gauges down there too. Now down from there, push button start, like I said, your auto stop start is right below that, so you can start it up, push that, and then you don't have to worry about turning it off later. 12 volt power outlet, 2 USB charging ports, and this is a wireless charging mat right there too. So volume knob, we have a volume roller right there, which is nice. Electronic parking brake, traction control, and parking sensors right there, conveniently located. These are nice deep cup holders. They accommodate tall drinks really well. They do kind of get in the way of the shifter, but it's just not really a big deal. Sorry, I was a little bit off there. The cup holders kind of get in the way of the shifter a little bit, but if we come back here, super soft armrest, lift it up. Got a little bit of extra storage in there, but this is actually pretty small inside. Now this glove box is not a locking glove box. A little bit surprising, but it does seem to be pretty big. This dash material right here is soft. Even up here is like a softer material as well. Overhead, we have a frameless automatic dimming rearview mirror. There are garage controls up on that visor as well. These are also interior LED lights that we have up here. It's kind of hard to see them, but you've got LED interior lighting right there. Plus, check this out. We've got this slider power slider for this sunroof. All right, y'all, we are now behind the wheel of this GT Plus model. So there are RT models, which are the plug-in hybrid models that can give you over 30 miles of electric range before being hybrid. But this one is just gas. In fact, it's gas turbo with their Hurricane 2-liter turbo engine. Specs on that are going to be 268 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. This is a 4-cylinder turbo paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Miles per gallon can get up to 29 on the highway, but keep in mind it is all-wheel drive as standard, and that includes torque vectoring all-wheel drive. So all-wheel drive for every trim. It's got good power, and it's actually really darn peppy as well. That plug-in hybrid has a smaller gas engine, but it has quite a bit more torque. I think it's about 383 pound-feet of torque, something pretty insane. Now, this can come with the adaptive cruise control, lane centering technology, blind spot indicators in there. You can have this do a brake hold, automatic brake hold. You have to turn it on or off in the main touchscreen though. Auto stop start is on right now. Push that button to turn it off. Now, initial impressions is that it's very punchy. The turbo is eager to go. It's one thing that I noticed the very first time I got behind the wheel of this is that Dodge, they made this thing fun. They made it feel fun. It just has this visceral feeling about it that it just wants to move, and it wants to be fun and peppy. We've got our normal mode, normal drive mode right now. It does have a stiffer ride for the most part, I would say, which kind of goes with the fact that it is sporty. You know, typically you get soft, comfort oriented, or you get firm, sport oriented. This one is definitely firm, sport oriented. You saw the brakes on this thing. It's got some pretty big brakes, which it needs because it is no joke. This little Hornet really zips around. You can definitely feel the bump there. All right, pedal down. Okay, that was just in the normal drive mode, and it's still punchy. Now, road noise in here, stop this. These are not laminated windows. It still quiets things down pretty well in here. It doesn't seem overly loud, but you certainly get some road noise that gets in here on some different surfaces. Could contribute with the tires that it has. But let's put it in sport mode. RPMs automatically are going to tick up. You can feel it shift down. And when you get on it, it goes. This turbo absolutely puts power down for this class of vehicle too. With what it competes with, it's very impressive, and it's very punchy. And this is the only engine option you get, at least with just the gas models. That hybrid is even punchier. Driving this day to day, I like the screen for the most part. There's some things I wish I could change a little bit that I kind of talked about. This, I wish the trip computer stuff was just more visible on here, but you can change the view a little bit with these displays. Otherwise, it's pretty practical for the most part. The AC controls are physical, which I definitely appreciate. The steering wheel controls are pretty easy to use. It's relatively comfortable, not the most spacious, but it gets the job done for most people that want a crossover type of practicality with a little extra space over a sedan. But it's also very sporty and drives nice, handles well. It's got a little bit of heft to the steering. I'm gonna put us back in normal mode, so you just push the sport button to be basically on or off. And there you can hear some of that road noise. This is a rough textured road, but for the most part, I think a lot of you are gonna enjoy driving this Dodge Hornet. It's definitely fun. I think that is the biggest takeaway, is that it's a fun vehicle to drive. It was new for 2023. 2024 is still pretty much the same, but we have those hybrid variants, the RT models. So if you want something different, more, you got some electric range with that, more torque, you can definitely go for the RT models, but these do get pretty darn spendy. This one's $44,000. You've got a good amount of features in here. Everything looks pretty nice, feels nice. It's got good power. So depends what your trade-offs are. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a great day.